Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoim la, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachaha, Wadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Ahwa that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I wanted to touch on this. First off, let me get this copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So with that, I want to grab this quick video with this guy Steve Bannon. If you're familiar with this guy's complete damn Edomite. He got the spirit of an Edomite, even though there are Israelites that look like this guy. And you know, Esau came out red because, as you can see, this guy is clearly not a white man. He's clearly red. Now he has streaks of hoary hair, what the scriptures call hoary, or you know, his hair is, you know, appears to be white. You can see the caption, you know, within this screen that looks white, and you can clearly see that play button that looks white, and he doesn't look like neither of those, right? He's red. This is the scriptures, you know, the scripture describes Esau as red. Edomites, Idumeans in the Greek. These are Edomites. These are not white people. They don't look like a glass of milk. They don't look like clouds in the sky. They don't look like snow on the ground, man, in the wintertime. These are Edomites. And we have to always explain that. And so basically, you know, this is you know, I've been seeing a few news articles on this. This is not the full, this is just a short of this interview that he was doing with this lady. But he's talking about Trump being, he's going to be president 2028. And he's pretty adamant about it. But if it was up to them, yeah, of course. But it's all about Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai and what he wants. You know, so these people are very prideful. And his ass might not even be alive by tomorrow, or neither Trump. You just never know, because the Lord can do what he wants, man. He can take your ass out of here and have your spirit back up there at any point in the game that he wants. You don't have no control over no breath. You don't have no control over your eyesight, your hearing. You know, you don't have no control over anything. The Lord is in total control of every single being that's on this planet. Everything that's on this planet, he's in total control of. So for God to be talking like this just shows you that these people are not spiritual. You know, they claim to be Christians and all this Christian nationalist bullshit. But let's play the video real quick. You'll see. It's a quick little short. It's not that long. And then we'll jump into the scriptures. Few comments maybe, because these people in the comments, they're doofy as hell too. Well, let's just play some.
So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is, but there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28. And President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started. And the way we finish it through Trump. Trump is a vehicle. I know this will drive you guys crazy, but he's a vehicle of divine providence. He's an instrument. So Trump 28, Trump.
You know, and that's enough said. It was a longer video. I mean, a longer interview. You know, but pretty much overall, that was the basis of the main portion of what I've been seeing in these news articles, because this is what they're saying. This is what they really believe. And he's right about the Lord actually setting this guy up. Well, he don't know that, okay, yeah, you're going to finish what you started, but it's not going to end like how you think it's going to end. That's the thing. Yeah, of course. But let me just grab a couple of scriptures real quick. Like, it's not going to be a long one. But this is Esau and their braggadocious way of thinking, man. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 18 real quick. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. This is what's going to happen to these people. They're going to fall flat on their fucking face, man, because they're prideful. The scriptures is real. The Lord said that his word will not return to him void. This scripture is going to come to pass on these people. Why? Because they're prideful. This thing is going to happen. We know that it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And the Lord, he sets it up beautifully, man. When the Lord, he when the Lord sets your ass up, it's nothing you can do, man. That's why that Deuteronomy 32 and 39 talks about how he wounds and he heals, or matter of fact, it talks about he kills and makes alive. He wounds and he heals. You know, matter of fact, he says, there's no God with me. You know, he says, there's no one that can get you out of his hands. So if he got it out for you, you know, and then he has these spirits of vengeance that's out here on attack as well. Because the Lord said he created spirits of vengeance to appease his wrath. You don't think the Lord is not mad at these people? The Lord got all kinds of ways, man, to get rid of your ass. You know? So this guy's talking as if he's God. He's talking as if Trump is God. Like, they have control over, you know, matter of fact, Yahushua spoke to Pilate that way. You know, he told Pilate, he was like, you know, you wouldn't have any power, roughly paraphrasing. You wouldn't have any power except the power that my Father has given you from above, roughly paraphrasing. The only reason why they was able to do to Yahushua what they done, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, was because that was just the will of the Lord. Other than that, they wouldn't have. Pilate didn't know that the Lord placed him in the position that he was in. Herod, all these heathen, these nations, these people have no idea that it's the Lord, he's the one that sets them up. And he's the one that brings them down. Matter of fact, let's get Daniel. See, they don't have sense enough to know. They really believe that, you know, they are really in control. If they was really in control, you think Trump would be walking around with them big ass ankles? If it was up to Trump, he would still look 19. Trump would look 18 for the rest of his life if it was up to him. Maybe 25, no older. You know, he just pick an age and he stay there. But it definitely won't be this old ass, orange ass, bronzer age that he's in. And this guy Steve Bannon with all those fucking bags under his eyes. You know why they look the way that they look? Because they have no control over their life. It's that simple, man. Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know. See, you know, Trump and Bannon, this guy Bannon, you're just mere people. You're a shadow. The scripture talks about us being a shadow, just a breath on this earth, man. Here today, gone tomorrow type of deal. You know, the scripture talks about how the Lord, 1,000 years is like a day to the Lord. Here you go. Both of them in badass health. You know, because you can clearly see this guy, he probably is down on a fifth of whiskey, 2/5 of whiskey a night. He probably, who knows, man. All them them fucking grocery bags under his eyes. This guy's, he looks even more unhealthier than Trump. I guess they bronzing Trump up, though. They can give him that vitamin B shot. But anyway, these are the living. You're mere men. Daniel 4 and 17 again. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. No, the Lord is the one that's in control. He ruleth in the kingdom of men, not Trump. You know? Trump can't say what he's going to be doing in 2028. This nigga don't know what he's going to be doing in the next 5 minutes. Right? It says, to the intent that the living may know. Let me start it back from the top again, Salakia. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men. So the Lord, he gives the kingdoms to who he wants. The Lord is giving this the earth into plenty of heathenous kings. And what did he do? He brought them up. He tore them down, and he set up another kingdom. There's plenty of kingdoms. Matter of fact, you can get that to say in this same book with Daniel, the 4 kingdoms that were set up, or, you know, going off into the last kingdom of Yahushua that's going to be coming along, right? Matter of fact, Salakia, let me see here. Okay, yeah, so once you go into Daniel chapter 7, it talks about these kingdoms that were set up, and these kingdoms that are going to fall, and this is the actual last kingdom of Esau. That 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it talks about how Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This kingdom is going to end just like the other ones ended. Just like Rome ended. Just like Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom ended. All these different kingdoms ended, man, because the Lord had a border and a time period for those kingdoms to stand and for them to end. But these proud ass Edomites, they really believe that America is going to last another 50 years, 100 years, 20 years. They really believe that America, like I think this year, January 2026 coming up, supposed to be their 250th year anniversary. And they really do believe that this place can last another 250 years again. And that's just not the case. It's not going to happen, man. But these people are prideful as hell. But that scripture just said that he set it up over at the bases of men. And only it takes a really base people to not understand. Now they're saying they're Christians though. They saying, a Christian nation, we got to bring it. But they stole it. They broke all the commandments with an idol of sweet white baby Jesus. They really have the world believing that the Lord looks like them. And they're going to be destroyed for that, man. That's just one of the reasons they're going to be destroyed. But Esau is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Right? Now let's get another one. Proverbs 20 and 24. It reads, man's goings of the Lord, how can a man then understand his own way? Trump don't know, these guys don't know what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds. So it's really very prideful for him to be bragging like that, But let's get this one in chapter 27 here real quick. Verse 1. Proverbs 27 and 1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring. Here you go. This guy talking about, it ain't even 2026 yet. This motherfucker talking about 2 years from now. The way this country is going, are you crazy? You got all these, the Lord can push a military button, by the Spirit, man, and have a damn missile flying this way, or going into one of those other NATO countries that can get shit popping. Turn things up a little bit more just before that MOTB comes to, because the Lord got them moving and pushing that MOTB. He's got them moving that chip right now. They don't even know that they don't get it and understand that the Lord is the one that's moving their ass like chess pieces right now. Matter of fact, let's go back a couple of chapters. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord can have this nigga eat that last cheeseburger, man, with salmonella in the damn lettuce or something, man, or the fucking the tomatoes or something went, poison his ass, man. You just, the Lord can get down how he wants, man. The Lord can knock Air Force One out of the fucking sky, man, if he wants to. The Lord can do anything that he wants, man. The Lord can have this nigga fall down that flight of stairs at Air Force One, crack his goddamn cranium on live TV. Simple. It's nothing for the Lord to have a spirit of one of those spirits of vengeance to come along and push his ass down them stairs. It's nothing for the Lord to have this guy croak right on TV while he's saying some prideful shit out of his mouth with these speeches that he give daily. He could be talking about Northern Kingdom ice and all this other shit and croak. He has no control over that. This is the thing. 2028, man. 2028. Are you fucking come on, bro? But this shows you the pride of this man. As a matter of fact, I think was that James that was talking about it. Let me see. Yep, here we go, right here. It was James 4. Oh, yeah, and the NLT is entitled Warning About Self-Confidence. Matter of fact, that's actually pride, man. I'm going to start from verse 13, James 4 and 13. Go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow, 2028, we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeared for a little time and then vanished away. So your life ain't shit, man. For that ye ought to say, this is what you should be saying. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. You never hear Trump and them say, if it's the Lord's will, I'm going to do this or that. Never, bro. He just be blabbing shit out of his mouth like he just got it, man. And I can't wait till the Lord go ahead and chop the asses down the sides, man. Verse 16, this is the point. It says, but now ye rejoice in your boastings. All such rejoicing is evil. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. But they're rejoicing and they're boasting like that. It's evil. Such rejoicing is evil. But they're Christians, right? But these are the people that, you know, what did he say? 2 Corinthians? Nobody says 2 Corinthians, man. They say 2 Corinthians. What's your favorite Bible? And I think they asked, what's your favorite book in the Bible? He says, I love 2 Corinthians. This nigga don't know nothing about the scriptures, man. Right? And let's get that real quick, and we can end out of Yaharatazah. But these people don't have no business with their hands on the scriptures, man. Here you go. This guy, he's out here with Make America Great Again Bibles, man. Autographing them and shit. As if it's his personal book. And people was buying the shit out of him, man. Them shits, he was getting money, man. But this is Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instructions and casted my words behind thee. What are you even doing with the Bible, first off? They all in the fucking Oval Office praying over this nigga. All in the name of sweet white baby Jesus, man. Which is an idol. You got a whole lot of these Christian nationalists, these people that's following it behind the Charlie Kirk guy that got popped in the neck. See, the Lord took his ass out of there. Guess what? I bet you he had plans. Yeah, he was about to go on he was on a tour at that college when he got his ass popped. He had more places to go. His tour was just beginning. But did he make it? Nope. Why? Because the Lord is in control of who lives and who dies and when they live and how long they live and how long they die, man. Here you go. You got these guys out here boasting like they know what's going to happen in the next 15 minutes. The hell? And look at this guy. Let's just end out by playing this guy's video again. But this is crazy, bro. Crazy work right here. Look at this guy. Look at how he looks.
So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president.
This guy's, nigga, you and Trump unhealthy as hell. Here you go. You guys got the access to your best doctors in the world. But you're unhealthy. You know why you're unhealthy? Because your people have ruined your food. Your people have ruined your water. Your people have ruined your air. You people you Edomites have destroyed this place. And here you go. You're reaping the benefits of what your ancestors, so to speak, have done. You people throughout this past, especially 100 years of industrial plumes that you've been pushing into the fucking skies. Oil spills all over the place. This guy look like he about to pass out right now. Talking about some fucking 2028. Come on, bro. Look at this dude. Red as shit.
28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there's a plan, and President Trump will be.
And his plan is they writing up these policies by deceit. That's their plans. Esau, he's notorious for writing laws, man, and setting up shit to fuck people over and to get his way. We know that. Let me see. Let's go back to Daniel real quick. Daniel 8 and 25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause crafts to prosper in his hand. Through his policies. What's his policies? Matter of fact, he says he will, in the NLT, it says he will be a master of deception and will become arrogant. He will destroy many without warning. He will even take on the prince of princes in battle, but he will be broken, though not by human power. Why? Because the Lord is going to break his ass down with that spiritual power. These people, they just don't get it, man. But you know what, too? The Lord has actually even blinded them to be as stupid as they are. That's how powerful the Lord is. The Lord set his enemy up to think that he can actually win. That's power, baby. That's power right there, man. But it's through these policies. Let's get this word policy. Let's see what it says. It's a call, 879.22. See, it says intelligence, and Esau don't have no. He has left hand intelligence, so to speak. He doesn't think spiritually. He doesn't have any spiritual wisdom. He has wisdom, as far as like carnal wisdom. They know a few things. They got a little bit of science. They search out things diligently, so to speak, as far as the Scripture says that they're wiser than Daniel. Yeah, they do shit like that. But when it comes to the spirit, they don't understand. They don't get it, man. They don't have no faith like that. They can only deal with what they see. Esau can't fathom something, that he can't see. He's not built like that. Right? But it says intelligence, by implication, success, discretion, knowledge, policy, prudence, sense, understanding. Let's get this one, 879. That's the etymology of it. 879.19. Yeah, pretty much it's wisdom on the left-hand side. That's all that it is. So his wisdom on the left-hand side, he knows how to scheme and connive and do all kinds of wicked shit to get his way. That's how he has stolen the world. Through the sword. And a part of that sword, that weaponry that he uses is, information, media, science, you know what I'm saying? He's in control. When you take control of the land, so to speak, and you set up your government, then you can put in law, you can make anything law that you want to be law, so to speak. And the Lord actually allowed them to do this. So it's not just them that's doing it, it's the Lord dealing with them on the left-hand side, giving them their little time to rule. And that's all that's going on, and it's not going to go no further. This shit is about to stop. So I just wanted to touch on that. Look at this dude, man. That's Esau right there in a nutshell, red as hell.
The president in 28. And President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started. And the way we finish it through Trump. Trump is a vehicle. I know this will drive you guys crazy, but he's a vehicle of divine providence. He's an instrument. So Trump 20.
Yeah, it's a wrap, man. But this is the way that these people think. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Because the Lord is going to slap that joystick out of his hand soon, man. And, so continue on praying for the downfall of Esau, Edom's kingdom, man. Because the Lord has really blinded this man. It's really beautiful to watch. It's actually, just listening to him, it's like the Lord really, have a strong delusion over these people, man. They're very delusional. So with that, man, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a Bible ball.